Stoicism, rituals that will make you happy. Stoicism teaches us that we are personally responsible for our happiness, and it is up to us to create it through our actions. Stoicism is a practical approach to living, one that doesn't shy away from the reality that life is hard and adversity is in its very nature. We must start off by understanding a relatively simple concept. Events don't upset you, beliefs do. Let's say you get dumped by someone you're totally in love with. Feel sad? God, yes. The world is going to end. Okay, now let's take into account the same scenario, but afterwards, you find out that that person was actually a psychopath who killed their last 3 partners. Feel sad you got dumped? No, you're thrilled. So clearly, getting dumped isn't the important factor here. What changed? Nothing but your beliefs. If you lose your job and believe it was a lousy position and believe it won't be hard for you to get a better job, you're unfazed. But if you believe it was the greatest job ever and believe you'll never get another one that good, you're devastated. Emotions aren't random. They follow our deepest beliefs. The Stoics claim there are no good or bad events. There's only perception. Shakespeare encapsulated it well when he said, "Nothing is either good nor bad, but thinking makes it so." Shakespeare and the Stoics are saying that the world around us is indifferent. It is objective. The Stoics are saying, "This happened to me," and that is not the same as "this happened to me and that's bad." They're saying that if you stop at the first part, you will be much more resilient and much more able to make some good out of anything that happens. Skeptical? It sounds too simple. Well, guess what? You couldn't be more wrong. This part of Stoic philosophy was adapted by famed psychologist Albert Ellis to form cognitive behavioral therapy, which is now the dominant method for helping people overcome problems ranging from depression to anxiety to anger. Most of the bad feelings you have are caused by irrational beliefs. Next time you're feeling negative emotions, don't focus on the event that you think caused them. Ask yourself what belief you hold about that event, and then ask yourself if it's rational. If my partner dumps me, I'll never get over it. If I lose my job, my life is over. If I don't finish reading this post, the writer will hate me forever. Only the third one is true. The other 2 are irrational, and that's why you get anxious, angry, or depressed. Revise your beliefs and you can change your feelings. Even if they dump me, I can meet someone else. It happened before and I got over it. So, you're revising your beliefs to overcome sadness and anger. Awesome. But what about when you're unhappy because you're worried about the future? Control what you can, ignore the rest. Do you know the serenity prayer? God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Reinhold Niebuhr came up with it around 1934. The Stoics, however, were preaching that basic idea about 2,000 years earlier. The Stoics were big on control, but they were not control freaks at all. A key part of Stoicism is just asking yourself, can I do anything about this? If you can, do it. If you can't, well, then you can't. But worrying achieves nothing but stress. What the Stoics are saying is that so much of what worries us are things that we have no control over. If I'm doing something tomorrow, and I'm worried about it raining and ruining it, no amount of me stressing about it is going to change the weather, it rains or not. The Stoics are saying, not only are you going to be happier if you can make the distinction between what you can change and can't change, but if you focus your energy exclusively on what you can change, you're going to be a lot more productive and effective as well. Here's a quick visual to help get the point across. Next time you're worrying, pause and ask yourself, do I have control over this? If you do, then stop worrying and get to work. If you don't have control, worrying won't make it better. And going back to the first point, it might be a good idea to ask yourself what your belief is that it's causing all this worry. And it's probably irrational. So, sadness, anger, and worrying are irrational responses and they're not the right way to react when things happen. So, What is the right way to react to stuff that doesn't meet your expectations? Accept everything, but don't be passive. This is the one everybody has trouble with. Nobody likes the word accept. We think it means give up. It doesn't. Let's look at it this way. What's the opposite of accept? Deny, as in denial. And nobody ever recommends denial. Albert Ellis told people they'd be much happier if they removed the word should from their vocabulary. Should is denial. You're saying your expectations deserve to override reality. My kids shouldn't be misbehaving. Newsflash, they are. Traffic shouldn't be this bad. But it is. It shouldn't be raining. Well, say it louder. Complaining might work this time. Denial is irrational. And as we just learned, irrational beliefs are where negative emotions come from. So, the first step is to accept reality, but that doesn't mean you have to be passive. You accept the rain. It's here. Denial and shoulds won't change anything, but that doesn't mean you can't grab an umbrella. Acceptance to us means resignation, but to the Stoics it means accepting the facts as they are and then deciding what you're going to do about them. The problem is that because we have expectations about how we want things to be, we feel like acceptance is settling, when we have no idea of what could have happened instead. This awful thing might have saved us from something much worse. Or maybe this is going to open us up to some amazing new opportunity that we can't yet conceive. The Stoics are saying, let's not waste any energy fighting things that are outside of our control. Let's accept them, let's embrace them, and let's move on and see what we can do with it. Next time things don't go your way, don't deny reality. Accept it. It's here. Then ask if you have control over it. If you do, do something. If you don't, then ask if your beliefs are rational. That's how you go from, it shouldn't be raining, we can't go to the park, the day is ruined, to, well yeah, it's raining. No park today. Well, let's watch an awesome movie. Alright, we covered a lot of Stoic methods for beating bad feelings, but that covers defense. Let's talk offense. How do you improve your life? Choose whose child you will be. I know, that doesn't make any sense at all. Just hold on to your horses, I'll explain. Everything we talked about so far happens in your head, and as we learn, that's where the problems usually start. But if life's going to get better, we need to learn from other people. You're not alone in this world. You have so much to learn from others, role models, and Seneca, one of the big cheeses of Stoicism, got the point across with this quote. We like to say that we don't get to choose our parents, that they were given to us by chance, yet we can truly choose whose children we wish to be. Okay, so we learned a lot of ancient wisdom. Let's analyze one more aspect of Stoicism. The Stoics were big on gratitude. In fact, in Meditations he wrote, "Don't set your mind on things you don't possess as if they were yours, but count the blessings you actually possess and think how much you would desire them if they weren't already yours." A few thousand years later, research would catch up with him on that one. Study shows mentally subtracting cherished moments from your life makes you appreciate them more, makes you grateful, and makes you happier. What if I never met my partner? What if my child was never born? Wow, I'm so lucky to have them in my life. You don't need that shiny new thing in order to smile. Take a second to appreciate all the shiny things you already have that aren't so new. New is overrated. Sometimes ideas from thousands of years ago are all we need to be happy. The Stoics didn't believe in perfection. They felt we were all a work in progress. You can always be getting better. As Seneca said, as long as you live, keep learning how to live.